13. Terrifying archaeological discoveries that even the most brilliant scientists can't explain. For many decades, archaeology has been a field filled with mystery and strange allure, making it impossible for us not to be curious. The excitement lies not only in the stunning discoveries, but also in the connection to a mystical past, ancient stories that we have yet to explain. Recently, archaeologists have uncovered eerie castles that have stood for thousands of years, mummies still intact after hundreds of years, and even massive fossilized skeletons, bringing us closer to long-lost civilizations. These discoveries not only open a gateway to time, but also raise a host of questions about the history of humankind. Have you ever wondered if these secrets could change what we know about the past? If so, join me now for a video about the recent shocking archaeological finds that even the most brilliant scientists sometimes cannot explain. Let's see how mysterious and fascinating they really are. Mysterious corpses beneath the dry lake bed. In the western United States, Lake Mead, the second largest man-made reservoir, has dropped to its lowest level in history due to drought. As the water recedes, dark secrets are emerging, with 2 human skeletons recently discovered. The first body, found on May 1st, is likely that of a homicide victim, with gunshot wounds from the mid to late 1970s to early 1980s, based on the victim's clothing and shoes. It is highly probable that this person's death is linked to the mafia. Another body was discovered on May 7th. A witness called the emergency hotline, reporting the discovery of another set of bones near Lake Mead. The discoverer, Lindsay Melvin, initially thought it was the skeleton of a large sheep, but upon closer inspection, she noticed human teeth. Authorities in Las Vegas confirmed that an investigation is underway. However, Clark County forensic experts have not yet announced the cause of death or the identity of the newly discovered skeleton. Ray Spencer, the local police officer, stated, "The lake is slowly draining due to the drought. It's likely more bodies will be found in the lake." Spencer also believes many of these bodies will be connected to organized crime. The discovery of these remains has reignited interest in Las Vegas and the city's infamous past, when criminals ruled the land. As the water level continues to drop during this major drought, many suspect that what lies beneath Lake Mead will not remain hidden for much longer. It is known that Lake Mead is a large water reservoir in the U.S. Currently, its water level is about 1,050 feet above sea level, approximately 164 feet lower than in 2000, when it was last considered full. This marks the lowest recorded level for the reservoir since it was filled in the 1930s. 30-year-old mummified cat. As we know, mummifying a body is no simple task. It requires the right chemical conditions and the proper level of humidity. All of these must align to prevent the body from decomposing. However, in the town of Wigan in England, a 30-year-old mummified cat was found, showing no signs of decay despite no chemicals being used. The discoverer of this unusual find was Adam White, who, while cleaning the attic of his warehouse, came across the mummified cat with his son. At first, he thought it was just an old wooden decoration left behind by the previous family. But upon closer inspection, noticing the cat's teeth and ribs, he was certain it was the body of a cat. Adam quickly posted images of the mummified cat online, hoping to find its rightful owner. After seeing the photos, experts in mummification were amazed, as the cat's body had naturally dried out without the use of any preservatives. They concluded that the cat had been in the attic for around 30 years. A 3,400-year-old ancient city sleeps beneath the Tigris River. A team of international archaeologists recently excavated a 3,400-year-old ancient city beneath the Tigris River in the Kurdish region. The village, built between 1475 and 1275 BC, the Bronze Age, dates back to the time when the Mitanni Empire ruled the Tigris region. The city was uncovered near the Mosul Dam when drought caused the river levels to drop earlier this year, revealing the ancient city. The settlement, constructed with brick walls, includes a palace, several towers, multi-story buildings, and other large structures. It could be the ancient town of Zakiku, a major trading hub within the Mitanni Kingdom. Dr. Ivana Poljes of the University of Freiburg mentioned that the active collaboration of the Kurdish Archaeological Organization helped the international team uncover the lost city. This discovery is incredibly significant because it revealed many well-preserved artifacts that tell the story of the entire region. This area had never been explored by archaeologists before because it was submerged when the Mosul Dam was built about 40 years ago. Last December, the region experienced severe drought, which caused nearby communities to draw water from the dam for daily use. Following this, unplanned events led Kurdish and German researchers to begin excavating and mapping the city before the ancient city fully emerged. The Zaikiku area was completely destroyed by an earthquake around 1350 BC. However, the researchers found over 100 cuneiform tablets, some still buried in clay, that date back to the period following the disaster. These inscriptions could provide valuable information about the migration of human societies and the end of the Mitanni era. Dr. Peter Falzner, an archaeologist, explained that these cuneiform tablets, made of unbaked clay, are incredibly rare and interesting for having survived underwater for decades. Mysterious language from ancient ruins. Excavations at the ancient city of Boğazköy Hattusha in Turkey have recently revealed a tablet containing an unknown Indo-European language. Translating and identifying this language will take time, as no one has ever encountered it before, but experts confirm that this language belongs to the Anatolian branch of the Indo-European language family and is likely the language of the land of Kalashma, an ancient city in northwest Turkey. Boğazköy Hattusha, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, was once the capital of the Hittite Empire during the Late Bronze Age, from around 1650 to 1200 BC. Excavations at this site have been ongoing for over a century through the German Archaeological Institute. Since the beginning of excavations, researchers have found nearly 30,000 clay tablets inscribed with cuneiform writing, which have provided the archaeological community with significant insights into the history, society, economy, and religious traditions of the Hittites and their neighbors. Most of the texts found on these clay tablets were written in Hittite, the oldest known Indo-European language. However, this year's excavation uncovered chants written in this previously unknown language. The Hittite Empire reached its peak in the 14th century BC, covering the Anatolian Peninsula, which forms much of present-day Turkey and parts of Upper Mesopotamia. It was a powerful empire during the Late Bronze Age until it was conquered by the Assyrian Empire. The Hittites may have developed the earliest known constitutional monarchy, and they are frequently mentioned in the Bible as living alongside the ancient Israelites. Archaeologists have made several interesting discoveries from the Hittite Empire. 100,000 ancient coins found under construction site. A massive treasure trove of 100,000 ancient coins was unearthed during construction work in the city of Maebashi in central Japan, including rare specimens of banliang, the first unified currency in Chinese history. These coins, dating back over 1,000 years, were strung together in chains of about 100 coins, bound by straw ropes and hidden during a period of war and unrest. The oldest coin in the treasure is a banliang coin from 175 BC, making it over 2,000 years old. The coin has a diameter of 0.9 inches and a thickness of 0.04 inches, with a square hole 0.28 inches wide at the center, inscribed with the characters Ban and Liang. In addition, authorities in Maebashi found a piece of straw measuring 24 to 39 inches, suggesting that the coins were wrapped in straw mats before being buried. From the 334 coins inspected, researchers confirmed at least 44 different types, ranging from 175 BC to 1265 AD. Most of these coins originated from the Western Han Dynasty to the Southern Song Dynasty. The banliang coins were initially issued by Emperor Qin Shi Huang around 210 BC and were used until the replacement by the Wu Ju coins in 118 BC. The most recent coin found, from 1265 AD, indicates that the coins were buried during the period from 1185 to 1333. Archaeologists believe the excavation area, stretching over a kilometer, may have been a central hub in the Kozuki province during the Kofun period, from the late 3rd century to the 7th century, which was the precursor to present-day Gunma and a center of trade during that time. Mysterious skull boxes. The story began in 2014 when an expedition led by Russian scientist Vladimir Melikov ventured deep into the Caucasus Mountains and discovered a peculiar area in Mount Bolshoi. In a cold cave beneath an ancient tree, they found two identical skulls unlike anything ever seen before. These skulls did not belong to any known species in the area, and they were definitely not human. Initially, researchers thought these might be fossils of extinct animals, but their perspective changed after a closer examination. One researcher stated, "They don't resemble anything known to be human. The trace of a round hole at the end of the skull could be the base of the spinal column. This suggests the creature moved on two legs, but unusually, it lacked a skull dome and jaw, while the eye sockets were abnormally large. However, the facial bones were flat like those of an ape. It's hard not to think that these are the remains of an extraterrestrial being." While the two skulls continued to baffle scientists, a subsequent discovery in a nearby forest added even more mystery. According to a Russian publication, the scientists found a large brown briefcase with a leather handle in the forest. Though old, it was in good condition. Inside the briefcase, they discovered a photo of a soldier wearing a cap and a Nazi uniform, bearing the insignia of the Edelweiss Mountain Division, along with several colorful maps drawn by the Germans in 1941. This discovery sparked suspicions. Could the Nazis have been involved with extraterrestrials? The answer to this question remains a mystery to this day. 3,000-year-old hall. Recently, in the historically rich region of Brandenburg in Germany, archaeologists uncovered a massive building dating back to the Bronze Age, believed to be the legendary Hall of King Hinz, a mythical figure who was said to have been buried in a golden coffin. The Brandenburg State Office for the Preservation of Monuments confirmed that this hall was found near a royal burial site in Sardinian, strengthening its connection to the mysterious ruler. The hall, measuring an impressive 102 feet by 33 feet, was discovered by an archaeological team led by Immo Heske from the University of Georg August. The team began their work in March and completed the excavation by the fall. This rare architectural find from the Northern European Bronze Age is over 3,000 years old. The building materials used included wood planks, resin, clay mortar, and thatched roofing. Notably, the discovery of a small pot, possibly used in rituals, further enhances the hall's mystery and historical significance. Nearby, the royal burial site connected to the legend of King Hinz, who was said to be buried in a golden coffin, adds to the intrigue. King Hinz is believed to have been a just and fair ruler of Prignitz, but little is known about him. Initially, this 3,000-year-old hall could be seen as evidence that the area surrounding it was once an important power center. While the existence of King Hinz and his reign remains shrouded in mystery, with the latest discovery, archaeologists are poised to uncover ancient traces and gradually unravel these historical secrets. 900-year-old skeleton, found beneath an ancient tree. A 215-year-old birch tree in Sligo, Ireland, was uprooted during a storm last winter. That was when locals discovered a human skeleton buried deep beneath the tree's roots. The upper part of the skeleton, including the spine and skull, was still lodged in the tree's roots and was pulled out of the grave, while the leg bones remained in the ground. The Sligo Leitrim archaeological team immediately began investigating this mysterious skeleton. Their research revealed that this was the skeleton of a young man who had suffered violent abuse during the Middle Ages, around the years 1230 to 1200. The study showed that the man was between 17 and 20 years old and stood 5 feet 10 inches tall, which was 3 inches taller than the average height of men at that time, who were about 5 feet 7 inches. He had a history of suffering from spondylitis, a spinal joint condition caused by heavy labor from a young age. The man had been buried alive according to Christian burial rites. He was placed in the grave facing east to west, with his arms crossed over his pelvis. However, scientists found no evidence suggesting this was a cemetery, so it's likely that he was buried alone. Researchers found visible injuries on his bones, including 2 knife cuts on his ribs and a cut on his hand. However, they could not determine if he died in battle or if it was simply a personal dispute that led to his death, and that remains an unresolved mystery. 1,000-year-old treasure with immense value. A young woman, metal detecting in a cornfield near a Viking fortress site in northwestern Denmark, uncovered a treasure worth more than gold, astonishing archaeologists. The discovery was nearly 300 silver coins dating back over 1,000 years. The location where the silver coins were found is about 5 miles from the Firkat Viking fortress near the town of Hobro. Archaeologists have researched the find and reported that among the treasure were coins from Denmark, Arabia, and Germany, along with various pieces of jewelry originating from Scotland or Ireland. This discovery plays a significant role in understanding Viking history and provides a deeper insight into the period when the fortress was built. According to information from the North Jutland Museum, which is displaying the treasure, previous coins from King Harald did not feature a cross, so it is likely that he introduced coins with the cross design as part of efforts to promote Christianity in Denmark. Additionally, the director of the North Jutland Museum has speculated about a connection between this treasure and the nearby fortress, which was burned during the same period. The archaeological team is planning an excavation for next fall after the harvest. Notably, the young woman who found the treasure will receive a significant financial reward, though the exact amount has not yet been determined. Intact Nazi airplane found at the bottom of the sea. A Nazi airplane recently discovered at the bottom of the sea off the island of Rhodes, Greece, is in remarkable condition beyond the expectations of experts. According to the Daily Mail, the Ju-52 aircraft was found at the bottom of the Aegean Sea. This was the main transport aircraft of Nazi Germany. It is unclear what the aircraft was doing in the area, but the Nazis had controlled Rhodes since 1943. The Ju-52 could have been used for troop transport or military equipment delivery. It is also unknown why this Nazi Luftwaffe plane sank or how many people were aboard at the time. The wreck was discovered at a depth of about 243 feet by a professional diver using GPS equipment. The diver also recorded video footage as evidence. The plane was found in surprisingly good condition, with only the engine at the front and the cockpit's protective glass missing. Experts are astonished by how well preserved the aircraft is after several decades. The machine guns remain in place, and the dashboard still displays the final readings. It is unclear if the plane was carrying treasure or anything else when it sank, but experts and archaeologists are continuing to search and hope that more details about this plane will be revealed soon. The largest airplane graveyard on the planet. A massive area in the Arizona desert has been designated as the final resting place for decommissioned U.S. military aircraft from multiple generations, and this airplane graveyard, known as the Boneyard, is now clearly visible on Google Earth. The planes stored at the Boneyard are worth a combined total of $35 billion, and they are used to extract spare parts for active military fighter jets. This world's largest airplane graveyard is located at the Davis-Monthan Air Force Base, near Tucson, Arizona. The Boneyard holds around 4,200 aircraft of various types. In addition to those that have been decommissioned, many planes are temporarily parked in the massive storage area during different phases of military deployment. This site also serves as the base for the 309th Aerospace Maintenance and Regeneration Group, which specializes in repairing aircraft. The engines, weapons, wiring systems, and electronics from the old planes are recycled or reused to help reduce maintenance costs for the U.S. military's current air fleet. According to statistics from 2005, staff at the Boneyard had reused 19,000 different aircraft parts, valued at $568 million. Additionally, the U.S. allows other countries' militaries to purchase parts or even entire aircraft from the Boneyard. The airplane graveyard spans an area equivalent to about 1,300 football fields combined. This site has captured the public's interest since the launch of Google Earth's satellite mapping feature in 2005, but this is the first time the Boneyard has been revealed with high-resolution images. The desert conditions of Arizona are ideal for storing large quantities of old aircraft, as the area has low humidity and very little rainfall. Furthermore, the hard ground allows the planes to park normally without the need for concrete hangars. For these reasons, the U.S. military has been using Davis-Monthan Air Force Base, also known as the Boneyard, to store old planes for over 60 years. Ancient treasure sunken under the sea. Near the coast of Sardinia, an island in the Mediterranean, experts discovered tens of thousands of copper coins dating back to the early 4th century, embedded in seagrass beds. These coins are of the phallus type, a currency used by both the Roman and Eastern Roman empires, and the discovery is estimated to contain between 30,000 and 50,000 coins, surpassing a notable find in 2013 in Seaton, England, which included 20,188 coins. The coins were discovered alongside numerous amphorae, originating from Africa and the East. Most of the coins are in well-preserved condition, with only 4 damaged but still legible. The coins were minted between 324 and 346 AD. The coins come from nearly every minting facility of the Roman Empire operating during that period. Experts believe that the preservation and analysis of these coins will provide deeper insights into their historical context. This treasure is considered one of the most significant discoveries of minted currency in recent years. Additionally, Luigi La Rocca, the head of the Archaeology, Fine Arts, and Landscape Department of Italy's Ministry of Culture, emphasized the rich archaeological heritage beneath the sea, where humans frequently traveled and goods were transported from ancient times. Experts are still continuing to study the ancient treasure near the town of Arzachena to better understand ancient maritime trade and the vast influence of the Roman Empire. Recent archaeological discoveries have truly left even the most brilliant scientists bewildered and amazed. Each discovery is like a puzzle piece in a historical picture that we have yet to fully complete. Are we standing before unsolvable mysteries, lost civilizations that we've only just begun to uncover? One thing is certain: the journey to understand these discoveries will continue to raise many intriguing questions for humanity. What about you? What do you think about these findings? Feel free to leave your thoughts in the comments below. For now, goodbye, and see you again soon.